Whoa. Dude, that was not cool. Yeah. That was called not being ready for that turn because I was fiddling with my camera. Excuse me. So what's up, everybody? It's Jelly here on another beautiful day in the southern part of Jersey. And I'm out on a nice 2-hour ride. And on my way back now. I am in, the middle of nowhere, New Jersey. It's like ass rapeville. If you want to get ass raped, come here at night. There's just random roads that go into the woods. And I wonder where they go. Because there's no sign, there's nothing, it's just a little path into the woods. And there's no houses. There's really nothing. Oh, there's a house. I wonder what it would be like to live out here, in the middle of nowhere, where there's no stores, no grocery stores, no even gas stations. You have to drive 20 minutes just to get anywhere. Nice little twisty turns in this road. That's why I like this road. There's never any cars on it. And that's one of the advantages of living in South Jersey as opposed to North Jersey or Central. South Jersey is not as overpopulated as everywhere else in the state. And you can find plenty of roads, just like this one, where you will pass a car every once in a while. But for the most part, you're the only one on the road. God forbid I get a flat tire or something like that. Then the ass raping would start. So, anyway, I like roads like this, and especially down here in the Pine Barrens. If you're not familiar with a Garden State, this is the Pine Barrens. This is thousands of acres of just pine trees and campsites and mysterious streets that go into the woods. And there's a quarry up here, which is what this truck ahead of me is going to, I'm sure. And I don't know what they could be taking out besides sand, because it's just all sand. At one point this was all underwater. But, yeah, not a whole lot of anything out here. And the reason I came up with this route is because I wanted a back way to get to my parents' house, and they live about an hour away from me. Random road into the dirt, I don't understand. I wanted a back way to get to my parents' house that would take me on roads just like this one, where there's really nothing out here, or there's no cars, there's really nothing. And I found it, and it's a great route, and sometimes I'll just come out this way, even if I'm not going to see my parents, I'll just come out and just ride on these roads out here. I don't know for you guys that live in urban areas where there's really no space for you to get out and just ride. How are you guys? Do you like riding as much? As far as the reason you get into riding for the solitude and just the freedom that comes with a bike. I don't know if I would enjoy it if I didn't have space like this to kind of be on my own. And I see a lot of motovloggers. They all they do is ride in urban areas, and I don't know. I don't think it would be as fun. And there's the truck. I want to pass this guy. So it's pretty much all just trucks. Now that I want to pass this guy, there's cars galore and trucks. And now there's no cars, but now it's a solid lot. I'm going to pass him around this turn because we got to cross the railroad tracks. I know. I guess his tracks are abandoned. I don't know. I never see. That's better. Now we catch up to the next truck. So anyway, got to watch out for animals in this area and deer. I guess deer is animals. These people that are riding their bike, I wonder where they're coming from. Because like I said, there's nothing really here. Look at this guy in the middle of the road too. All these trucks are coming from that quarry, like I said, and I don't know. I guess they're just filling it with sand. Sand quarry. All the granite and everything is all up in northern Jersey. So for you guys, where do you like to ride your bike? Do you like riding? There's another dirt road. Sorry, I get distracted easily. It's like you dangle keys in front of somebody and they're like, ooh. Here's the quarry. And it just looks like sand. Who knows? Speaking of sand, there's sand in the road. I kind of like riding out here when there's really nothing, there's no one. So going back to the topic, what do you guys like to do when you ride? Do you like to ride in urban environments where there's lots of cars and everything? Do you like riding in roads like this where you're the only rider or you're the only person for miles and miles? So, if you've watched any of my other videos, you probably noticed that things out of the camera, from what you can see, is a little bit different. I added a tall windscreen. It really hasn't warmed up yet in the Northeast. It's been kind of chilly. And I was just getting sick of just being pounded in the chest with like freezing cold air. So I figured I would get a tall windscreen for when it's chilly. I may take it off in the summer months just because you want to get some of that wind in your chest. But boy, does this block all the wind. I mean, it's like you're driving a car with the windows down. There's really nothing hitting me at all. The wind goes right over my helmet, and there's nothing at all hitting me in the chest. So it's very relaxing. I'm not fighting the wind at all. Even I can feel the resistance on the bike, like if I'm going into a headwind, but I'm very comfortable. I'm not feeling it at all, in the chest or head. Which is good. I'm glad. It's a good purchase. And I also got down there, I got the TomTom Rider GPS, made specifically for bikes. It's got a windy road mode, so you can, if you want to pick the windiest route you can to a destination, it'll do that. It'll find every curve that you could ask for along a certain route, and it's really going to add a lot of time to your. I got to adjust my pants. Really going to add a lot of time to your route. But if you're just looking to go out and ride, that bridge says traders get stitches. Okay, keep that in mind, kids. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, winding routes. Yes, it will give you winding routes. So if you're going from X to B, X to Z, and you want to find a curvy way to get there. You click that, and it'll figure it out for you. It also has, if you, when you make an itinerary, like say I want to go from my house to my parents' house, it'll say, is there a specific time you need to be there by? And then it'll adjust the route based on how much time you have to get there, which is kind of cool too. So I'm very happy with it. I wired it directly into my electrical system, so it doesn't have to be, on battery power. Isn't this road great? We haven't seen another car for how long now? I love this route. And look at this, look at the ground. You see all that dark? Yeah, you guessed it, drag races. This is the road they drag race their cars on. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it was black from people burning out. A nice little downgrade here. And then you got the little hill going up to help slow you down. And there was a cross there on the side of the road. I wonder if somebody crashed and died there. I can't imagine you getting into an accident where you're going to crash and die on this road. If you're just driving along since there's nobody's here, I bet you they were drag racing. It's about 65 degrees. I'm loving every minute of it. So going back once again to and here's a boat store in the middle of the woods. That doesn't make any on this road. That doesn't make any sense. So going back to the topic, what is your favorite place to drive? You like driving in the city? You like the challenge of driving in traffic? Do you like driving on roads like this? I like driving on roads like this. The highway is fine. Oh, that's a big house. I don't mind driving on the highway anymore. Especially now that I got this windscreen. And I'm rambling. So going to kind of change gears a little bit, things that I've noticed or learned since I started riding. It's not as hard as it seemed to be before I actually got out and did it. There's another bike. It's not, I don't have to be as defensive as I thought I was going to have to be. I typically notice that cars give me a lot more room than they need to, which is fine. They if they can see me, they don't really cut out in front of me ever. They don't tailgate. I notice that people are just really careful around me, which is good. You can't be mad at that. So I thought it was going to be a lot worse as far as, or I thought it would be a lot more difficult as far as having to just dodge cars left and right. I really hope that bike doesn't pull out behind me because I don't like riding with other riders. I always feel like I have to go faster. I always feel like I don't want to look like I'm going too careful. He's still on the side of the road. There's the Ocean Spray factory where they make cranberry juice because we're about to go through where all the cranberries are grown. There's a random cemetery. So, another thing, let's go over countersteering. Okay, countersteering, when I was doing my research before I got a bike, countersteering seemed to be crazy, seemed to be hard, it seemed to be something that I really had to think about. Oh my gosh, how do you steer a bike? Now, if you see I have a curve coming up and watch my handlebars when I go around this turn, I seemingly am not turning my handlebars at all to go around a turn. Okay? Once you get above, say, 12 miles an hour, you countersteer. You no longer turn the handlebars, okay? If you tried to turn the handlebars, I don't know what would happen. It would probably not work, and you would probably fall. Instead, when you want to turn, you want to push. So if I want to go to the right, I'm going to push on this handlebar. Push, and the bike will lean, and you will start to turn. If I want to turn left, I'll push on the left handlebar, and the bike will lean to the left, and you will turn. The same is true as if I want to turn to the left, I can pull on the right handlebar, and the bike will lean to the left. And I was kind of surprised after I got on the bike, and you will do it naturally. You won't even think about it. It's not like anything you have to think about. I tend to, if I want to turn to the left, I tend to pull on the right, which is completely opposite of what I thought would happen. I thought, it just makes sense. If you want to go right, push right. If you want to go left, you push left. That's also the way you're going to swerve. If you need to avoid something, if something's in the middle of the road, you want to swerve, you're going to just push and lean. The bike's going to lean. So it's not hard. If you want to see countersteering in action, get on a bicycle and ride. Try to get faster than 10 miles an hour and turn. You will do it automatically. You will just automatically lean the bike over by pushing or pulling. It's not that hard. It's not even something you even have to think about. I mean, the slightest little push, you see how the bike leans? Slightest little push, the bike leans. And then you start to turn. People make such a big deal about it on the internet and on YouTube about, you really have to pay it. No, you don't. You just push and lean. That's it. Very easy. Like I said, if you want to try it, go get on a bicycle and just try it. You'll see how easy it is. You don't have to push hard at all. Again, you're not twisting, you're not pushing, you're not turning the handlebars. You're just pushing or pulling based on whatever direction you want to go. Like I said, I tend to pull on the handlebar to lean the bike. Now, you can push, you can pull. It doesn't matter. It all does the same thing. But that's the only way to really turn the bike. You can kind of lean your hips, but it doesn't really work. You can kind of lean the bike a little bit, but it's not going to lean like you need it to in a turn. These are all cranberries. Those are all cranberry plants. That's all water underneath it. If you tried to walk on that, you would sink. You go right into the water. Next time you have a little ocean spray cranberry juice, you can know where it came from. I think I am going to pass this car, even though he's driving 60. Oh, you're turning. How nice is that? So, countersteering, watch the handlebars as I go into this turn. I'm not turning them at all. I'm pushing on the right side, and the bike is leaning around the turn. We got another one right here. They are going to put cranberries there. All right, here comes the lean. Push and lean. Push and lean. Simple as that. And like I said, once you get on the bike, you're going to realize you do it without even thinking about it. Oh, that sun feels good. You want to know what the worst part about a motorcycle is? I'll tell you, it's roadkill. Because there are some nasty, busted up animals in the road, and you got to kind of come face to face with it, and the smell. Yeah, there's no protection from the smell. They're building more cranberries over there, and then there's more cranberries on the right. And there's the Cranberry Mansion. There it is. Empire of Cranberries. I can't believe how fast these plants have grown. Um, one week I came out and it was all just water, and then the next week I came back and it's all this maroon plants. I wonder where they get the water to fill all these things. I wouldn't imagine it being very deep, but still, that's a lot of water. I'm thinking about getting another bike. Not that I don't like this one, and I probably would keep this one, but I'm thinking about getting one with a little more oomph. This one is very comfortable, very laid back, like leisurely riding. It's got plenty of power for the highway and all that. But I kind of want to get one with a clutch and gears that I can physically switch with my foot. I don't know. I'm just kind of kicking around the idea of maybe getting one for leisure and one for thrill. And I'm kind of tossing around that idea. I was on the highway the other day on this, and it was just, ow! I just got hit with what felt like a eagle on my leg. That's something that I don't want to experience. It's like when how when a truck kicks up a rock and it hits your windshield in a car and it makes that loud noise. I can't even imagine getting hit in the leg. Because I just got hit with a bug, and that felt like I got snapped with a rubber band. I was on the highway the other day, and I got this bike up to 100, and it did it. It did it fairly easy. It didn't do it very quickly. The last 5 miles an hour or so, kind of like mile an hour here, mile an hour there, But it got up there. I cut it there. I didn't go any faster. It could have gone, dirt on the road. Could have gone more, I'm sure, but I didn't want to push it. It was kind of a windy day. Well, guys, there's a turkey. There is a turkey. A wild turkey was just crossing the road. Anyway, guys, that's going to conclude today's motovlog. And it really wasn't much of a planned motovlog. I just kind of was on a long ride and figured I would say hi to you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. And if you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button. And you have yourselves a real nice day. Bye-bye.